Okay, need to do some testing here. Testing, testing muse, testing sound, testing, testing. 3, 2, 1. Testing, we got 4 minutes. And we're at gameplay. We got lights. We got brainwave activity. We got sound. Doesn't look like we're missing anything. Starting soon. Starting very soon. 4 minutes. Get in positions. Key grips. Best boys. Dolly grips. Boom operators. Let's get with it. Two minutes. Testing final. Final countdown. 1 minute 47. Let's go. Let's test. Testing chat interface. Testing. Anyone? Testing. Testing, testing, testing. It's a go. And it's a go, it's a go, it's a go. It's a go. Okay, 44 seconds. And counting down. 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. 21. Gameplay. 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 Okay, we're here. And that's the countdown. We're finished with the countdown. It's time for the StineItch channel. I guess we're basically focused, it's like I don't have my key grip here tonight. I got my assistant producer is on vacation, but let me see. Does this thing look okay? That's about the distance of my head, right? From the camera. Let me see. Get my little Geiger counter thing focused here. This was actually a pretty good thing when I bought it. I don't have a cell phone that works with it though anymore. It's an actual Geiger counter that works. I don't know. Does it look clear? Guess it's about as clear as it's gonna get. Well, they're telling me that my goggles are glaring for the cameras. Okay, I can take those off. That's no problem. Okay, let's go do it then, shall we? I mean, what are we waiting for? We have got everything working. Those are my brainwaves in real time, by the way. Delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. They're all there. And you're gonna see something happening here tonight. Like we win some, we lose some, but we always get brainwave data. And wow, I'm getting some real delta action. Like if that keeps up, I'm gonna get some pretty good insights. Because when the delta is jumping like that and going really high, like if you guys have been following my broadcasts, well, I just get like these amazing combinations, really amazing combinations, like just looking deep and far into the future. Well, I don't look that many moves ahead, but I do have some insights about position and combinations. I tend to see combinations not in like I do this, he does that. I just see combinations like all at once, like boom, like you just see them all happening. There's a little bit of a sequence to it, but it's mainly just like one configuration all at the same moment. And that's what I get when I got the delta wave really boosted like I'm seeing now. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to go over here now to the lead chest. And let me see if I have any challenges. I don't see any challenges here. So, okay. Got a lot of viewers, 60 viewers. Different from a lot of people on Lichess. I can have like 60 viewers and I still don't have a lot of chatters because everybody's just zoned out watching the brainwaves. And I don't blame you. I mean, I tend to zone out too when I watch brainwaves. There's something about brainwaves that's kind of mesmerizing and you don't really feel like doing a bunch of other stuff while you're watching them. I don't know, maybe just kick that thing out of there. Like, where's it gonna go? Maybe that was a little bit premature or something. Like, suppose I kick him out again. I put him back to a kind of a strange position, don't I? That might be worth something. Do I have any more attacks here, or should I just castle queen side, king side? I think I'll castle king side and just kind of play the clock here. I don't want to. Oh, I should bring this out first. So get some more power in the middle. Okay, we're doing okay. He castled over there. I got to get this bishop out. I think before I castle, I'm not in any big danger. I might just think about castling queenside. Who knows? Okay, that thing came up there, and it can come up there too, can it? Suppose now I just force him out of there. I'm going to do something kind of radical here. If he comes up here, I bring the rook over here, and his knight is trapped. And I'll just castle queenside or stay in the middle. Okay, he came over there. He can sit there, I guess. He kind of bothers me though because I want to bring my queen out. I can't get rid of him too easy. I could just, that I might just do that. Just take him and yeah. I still can't bring my queen out until I get rid of that knight. And I don't want to bring him out back to there. I'm gonna bring this up, and then I'll force the knight out with the pawn. He's just got his knight out there right now. Um, I know he can take this pawn, but I can grab his knight. I'm kind of like building up more stuff here against myself, but he's got a number of different threats with the knight and the queen, but I think I got things still under control. His knight can't really advance because of my queen. Gonna have to go back, I think, and then I can bring this bishop back to here or this pawn up. I better bring the bishop back because if I bring the pawn up, I could slide the rook over too. But I wanted a castle. I think the best thing, I'm wasting a lot of time on the clock. I think the best thing to do is bring the bishop back. Okay. Um, it's interesting. I think I will just attack a pawn out here and see what happens. How am I doing on the clock here? I don't want to trade my queen right now. I'll just do that. I'll keep my king in the middle. I don't see a lot of weird stuff coming after me right now. Okay, now this is kind of crucial. I have these pawns against that. Really taking a lot of time to play, aren't I? Could just... I think my best move is like this. Wow, I only got 2 minutes against 4 minutes. We might get some good brainwave data here, but other than that, I think it's already time to attack that queen that's sitting out there. I was playing very passive there for a long time, and I suppose I should castle. Why not? I mean, just brings the rook to the center. Now, is he going to trade a bishop for that? Okay, that would be interesting if he does. I've only got a minute. I don't have like a really long time here. I'm going to bring this rook over and then just do something against the king over there as quick as I can. I know I got to get a little bit more action out there in the center. The queen's probably going to have to come over here and then up to here. Okay, now I can do that. This will give an extra. See, I wanted to bring the... Oh, wait a second. Well, that was weird. I think I just lost the game. That was bad. I thought his queen was going to go down there and take that pawn, and I really miscalculated. It was kind of dumb. It happens. It really does happen. This is just maybe wasting a little bit of time. I don't know. I gotta bring the rook back again, or I'll get checkmated. I got a minute to go, and now he took the pawn. Okay. Um. Wow. I laughed, but things are not looking too good. That's a possibility because I attacked the bishop, and by the time he reacts, I can also attack this pawn for another time. I'm gonna do that. Keep my queen on black and also protecting this pawn over here. Yeah, it's not really much of an attack on that pawn though because he's got the bishop and the queen lined up on there. Hmm. It's not strong enough. I think I'm going to lose this game. I'm really just a little bit pessimistic about this whole thing. I don't see how I could possibly win, and now my rook is pinned. No, I'm going to lose this game so bad. I gotta bring the king out, and I'm a piece behind now going into the end game with 27 seconds. Oh no. He trades that down, and it's going to be an end game of a bishop against uh, bishop and a pawn against all the other stuff. So it's pretty bad. It's like one of the worst games I think I've played in, I would like to say a million years, but I haven't been alive that long. And I think most people would understand that's an exaggeration. I don't know what happened with my time here, if my person's giving me extra time because they're enjoying this game so much. It's possible, I guess. I got 2 minutes left now. Person just kind of like wants to win, I guess, and wants to really show it to me somehow. They really want to show it to me. I got a feeling this is like a lost game. Like, how could a person possibly win a game like this? I gotta go get that pawn, right? I'm gonna resign. Like, this is just crazy. Well, I don't know that we had any good brainwaves that time. I think my brainwaves were just a little bit. The delta went right up there, really good right at the end. That was pretty amazing. I think that was because of how I ended the game. I resigned, and that when you release pressure off the brain, you'll very often get like a upward rise among the brain waves in general. You'll see like a leap, and the delta is the red one, and it gives a lot of data about insights. I don't know why it went up when I resigned the game just now. Maybe some sort of an insight about resigning. I don't know, but I guess we could try another one. What do you say? Does anybody want to try another one? Any I don't see that anyone's challenging me yet. So without any more ado, let's just do it. I got a pizza ordered tonight. My my viewers kind of love when I go down and I have to pay for a pizza because as a Twitch streamer, I tend to have like a lot of extra cash, and I give them tips, like $100, $200, keep the change, and I don't know, I think my viewers really get into that. The back channels come really up alive when I do that kind of stuff. See, it's my grandson that knows how to get into the back channels. I don't even know where they are, but he'll often tell me the next day, "Wow, the back channels, Grandpa, the back channels were really kicking when you were paying the pizza guy last night." So maybe I'll. I think the back channels have to do with that thing that's called the dark internet. I think there's some darkness involved somewhere in parts of the internet, and every once in a while you will be able to tune in tune into like a dark part of the internet, and you see some of that activity. It's pretty wild, really. From what I've seen, it's get a lot of stuff in there from Russia, China. The Bidens get in there a little bit, and sometimes you see some talk about, how Vladimir has been blackmailing the Orange Man for quite a while, getting him to do his bidding. See a lot of that kind of stuff in the dark part of the internet. Oh, wow, what's that? What is that now? Um, don't like that. I'm just going to go back here. I'll bring my rook over too. I don't want to take that queen. It would open up this attack on this. Okay, he's going to go back. I can go up here, or I'm just going to kind of like play the slow game. I'm a minute ahead on the clock, and usually I'm losing on time, but no, I don't know if I just got myself into a kind of a time warp here somehow. But it seems to be okay right now in terms of time. Oh, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to move that up and screw up that pawn. I guess I'll bring this one over and attack that pawn there. I kind of like that knight there. I don't see what bringing him back would do me any good. I'll bring the queen over. The queen is pretty effective on that diagonal. Should I just bring this thing up there? No. It would just be sort of like attacked by stuff. Okay, now I can kind of see what he's getting around to there. I see it, but I don't see what I can do about it. I have to counteract him with this knight somehow. I have to bring the knight here. But wow, that would take a lot of moves. I'm just going to bring this over here. I know he's going to bring the knight up here attacking my bishop, but I'll bring my bishop. No, I'll bring him back here. If I bring him up there, he's just going to get attacked by this other knight, and then it screws up my pawn position. It's not that I'm a big finicky person about pawn positions, but this is kind of like a slow game, and I don't know what's happening at all. I don't see that that rook was doing me any good on there, so I brought him over there. I'm going to bring this pawn up. See, that's the only counterplay I have. I don't have any counterplay here, but I do have this pawn protected quite well with a minor piece. But he can take the minor piece is the thing. But then I can take him. I have to bring a bishop. I mean a rook. I'm gonna have to bring a rook up here. It's my only hope. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. If he, oh, he took it. Oh, that was weird. Oh, now he can come down with that. But that's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. Like I lose one pawn over there. And now I'm gonna do my little thing over here that I've been planning and give myself an escape hatch over here. Hello, hey, you're back, man. It's a noob. Good to see you. Yeah, I just gave myself a escape hatch, and I got like a double attack here on this pawn. So things are suddenly looking good. You know, I think it's right. Noob, what time is it over there where you're at? Is it getting kind of late, or you have to go to bed soon? I probably. Where I'm at, it's not too late. It's what time I got here? 9:30. Oh, you're about the same as me. You might be the person I've been noticing. I get people from the Western Hemisphere. You're someone from the Western Hemisphere, I'm sure. I'm just gonna take that because what if he comes over here in the corner? I can just move my. I could just move my king out, right? I don't know. This is weird. I wouldn't mind just drawing this game, to tell you the truth. I don't see really any way to bring this forward. Is that 3 times? That's 3 times. I'm going to take the draw. Oh, I can't? I'm running out of time here. Okay, that's 3 times. I got to go quick on the draw. Quick draw, McDraw. Was a old, oh, you're from Texas. Well, you're kind of like a neighbor of mine. Yeah, I'm broadcasting tonight. I'm from different parts of the world, but I'm broadcasting tonight from Panama, which is just across the drink from you. So, across the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, rook takes a queen. You're right. Wow. Oh, I'll go back. Yeah, for sure. Let me go back. Um, he wants to rematch me, but I'm just gonna go back because I'm more interested in doing the analysis of this. Let's take a look at how we can. It's always instructive to look at the stockfish, and it's kind of cool too. Wait, I'm gonna adjust this so I can get the. I'm trying to adjust this so that I can get. Oh, there it is. Okay, we got the graph and the board in the frame now. That's cool. Why didn't the rook take the queen? Probably like a big blunder. When you see these big waves like that, it's probably, like this weird blunder. You're asking why the rook didn't take the queen, so it was probably because of that. Um, okay, let's go back to the beginning. You can see the beginning of the stockfish was actually pretty good. Okay, so white had some advantages, but never more than a pawn. Like it was always like zero point 0.9 of a pawn. That's not horrible. Go to move 38. Okay, I can go down to 38. Let me see. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm just scrolling down to get to 38. Oh, blunder, blunder. That's what you're talking about. Blunder. Okay, 35. Okay, I see 35, and then we can work into 38. So there's 35, and there's 36, and then I check him. So now I didn't want to bring my rook over there. Oh, the rook could have taken the queen right there. Yep, you're right about that. I should have won. You got that wrong. Like you're looking at the cup half full. Like earlier in the game, I had some advantages, some really big advantages that I didn't take advantage of, like back on move 1 or 2. But I should have won that game. You're right, though. I should have lost. I mean, when you get up to there, wow, wow, that was awesome. So that was a good postmortem. Let's do another one and it's kind of instructive. Chess is very instructive about life. Like Noob just pointed out, I should have lost that game, but you could say that every day you wake up out of bed, you should have lost this day. Oh, wait. Let me go back. Okay, I'm going to cancel this. How do I cancel this? Oh, I got Noob with a challenge. So this will be cool. I'm not playing Atomic, man. I saw this the last night. No way. No, you're not gonna sucker me into that. That's a crazy game. I'm not gonna do it. No, no. If you want to put me up there, I have even no idea how to play it. I have no idea. I know what you were planning. You wanted to see that comedic thing that we saw last night. That I or the night before last. I didn't know what I was doing. Atomic. Oh, I got this. Wait a bit. Casual? What is 3 check? Okay, another weird thing. I don't know anything about this stuff. Okay, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's good for viewers. I'm just gonna do this 3 check because whatever it is. I have no idea what it is. It's like some weird, new, strange thing. But, this is the best gamer. Oh, you're going to send me a standard link in chat? Okay, yeah, send me one. Send it. I'm ready for it. Send a standard link and we'll do it. Okay, there we go. HTTPS. Here we go. Wait a second. I thought this game was over with. No, it's here again. I'm going to cancel it out because trying to do another game now. That game got canceled and then it was back again. Okay, I don't know what this is. Best gamer, cool gamer is like back. Okay, I'm gonna do this if I can. I can't move my pieces though. That's how. That's how some of these weird new games are. Look at that. You're playing a new game and you can't even move your piece. Okay, so it's aborted. Probably why I can't move. So okay, here we go. Okay, forget that one. I would love to play the cool gamer, but he's giving me these games where you can't even move your pieces. Okay, new game. Lichess. Let's do it. Okay, so 3 check. Okay, so you're gonna have to tell me. Can you tell me in the chat really quick how I had to do 3 checks? What? 3 checks in a row and you're out? It's kind of like checkmate with 3 checks in a row. Oh, I gotta go. No, okay. Well, that was fun though. We had some pretty good brainwaves while you were while you were here. That was pretty good. So I don't know. I lost the cool gamer. He's gone, and Noob has to go. So okay. Well, I guess we'll go back and throw ourselves at the mercy of the Lichess create a game board and see what we get. See what we get on the game board. Okay, I'm going to make my board a little bit bigger. I don't even know if any of you guys can even see this. I'm making my board bigger. If we have to go into the postmortem, I can make it small again so we can see the graph. Okay, I'm going to do a King's Gambit here. This is a kind of a modified King's Gambit because he kind of like refused to take my pawn. Now I'm supposed to actually move my knight out immediately. I know Stockfish always says that, but just to change things up a little bit, I waited a little bit. Now the knight's out there to attack his queen. I don't know, I just kind of castle over here. I don't see that he's going to be able to attack me very well there. I can, after I castle, I'll bring this thing up just to see what happens. Um, okay, that happened. He can force my knight out there. I gotta do a developing move. I think a good developing move is just there. I don't want to waste the clock too much. Protect this pawn, basically, and also have a way to get the bishop out. I could have brought the bishop over into here, but I decided not to. I'm going to force that bishop out of there. Because if he takes my knight, I retake with my bishop, and if he doesn't take my knight, I get this pawn, because then I open an attack on his queen. Should I just open the attack on his queen already? Why not? You have to move his queen, and then what? Let's see what happens here. This is going to be an interesting move. So he came up there, all right. Can he do anything there? I don't know. I'm going to go over here and fork his rooks and see what he can do from that position. I guess he can sacrifice his bishop, maybe? Oh, he can do that. How's it best? I think this bishop was not doing me very good here, doing me much good. I'm going to just come out, protect that pawn with the bishop. And those of you who do linguistics analysis, you can listen to my pronunciation as I go through this. Oh, what's that going to happen now? It's like he's going to come up here and with his queen. Is this like all I can, is this all she wrote for me? Because if I take the knight, I lose there, and if I don't take the knight, he comes in here. I think that's all over. I think I got a checkmate here. I'm going to resign because I don't see anything, but okay, well, let's just see what happens if I try something. Giving him a lot of time to think. So this will put him in check. Now he doesn't have that checkmate like he thought he was going to get. And suppose I come over here now, that will attack his queen. So, never give up. I thought I was going to get checkmated there, but that's just a good reminder in life. Like, don't give up. So he took me. I got to take him with my rook. We're doing okay on time, by the way. And we still have the pawn fork. He's going to come up with that, and I'm just going to take him and then get this rook over here. I think he'll probably retake with this rook because he doesn't want to lose it. No, he didn't, but I'll take the rook over here. That was nice. It protects my king against an attack on that diagonal, which was really cool. Okay, I'm going to have to get my bishop out of there. I mean, my rook out of there. I'll bring it up here, like, then he'll attack me with his other bishop. Maybe up here. Or maybe over to here. Yeah, this is best. I can't waste time here, you guys. I gotta move right along. Um, gotta force that bishop out of there. That bishop was really hemming me in. Get rid of that thing. And now he's gonna move it back, and now I can suddenly attack that pawn, or I can keep protecting the pawn by bringing the bishop up into here. So I don't lose the pawn. I think I actually have an extra pawn here going into the endgame, although I don't have a lot of time. Gonna have to activate a rook or something. I'm just checking here if he can take me or do something really strange. I'm gonna try to get this pawn here. Okay, we're doing okay. Oh, I was talking about linguistic analysis. I know I got the brainwaves, and some people that like phonetics, because the brainwaves are, oh, look at that. Yeah, and you see the jump, you see the, look at that, look at that, look at that. Did you see the effect of the resignation on my brainwaves? That was amazing. Um, really incredible. So that was actually an okay game. He came in with a really, really strong attack with his queen, and it looked really dire for a while. Extremely dire. Like my entire position was jeopardized, really jeopardized. But you often see that in chess. It's like everything is happening, and you think, oh no, it's the end. And I think that's very instructive for life. It wasn't the end. Let's go back on the analysis board, and I'll show you why it's always good to continue in chess and not to resign. I mean, if you want to keep getting your score better and everything. Don't resign, because if you made some blunders, your opponent can make some blunders, especially when he's really far ahead. When they're really far ahead, they sometimes it goes to their head, and then they make some really strange blundering type things. Okay, I'm gonna just rearrange this a little bit so I can get every the graph and the game at the same time on the board. Okay, so now you can see down here we got the graph. That was an excellent game in a sense, wasn't it? Because look at the elite chess analysis. Those of you who watch my channel know that I normally review these in terms of oceans and continents. You don't see the great ocean down here at all. You just see the continent up above. A lot of highlands and mountains, so that was pretty good. Um, wasn't the greatest game. I had a blunder right there, but a blunder when you're really far ahead is not so bad as when you're even or behind. Blunder when you're really far ahead. Like it blundered, but it didn't put me below zero. And my opponent had two blunders, but not too bad blunders either. You can see it just boosted me up a little bit. And then it was just kind of like gradual. So let's take a look at this. King pawn opening, and that's what I like to. Some people call that a Sicilian. To me, it's a modification of the King's Gambit, because I always play the King's Gambit against it. The King's Gambit being, the pushing that pawn. Now, obviously, if they take the pawn, it's going to be a real King's Gambit, but right now it's working itself into a King's Gambit because he can't take it yet, but we'll see if he takes it later. And so far, it's a kind of a King's Gambit. I mean, this pawn is still standing, but you very often see this movement in the King's Gambit. Queen out in the center. Now, I should have brought this other knight out. It didn't really change me, but you see, I went down just slightly. I'm going to go back and show you what will happen. When I moved that, see, I went from 0.3 to 0.1. And according to Stockfish, what you're really supposed to do, I'll show you what really happens here. If you make the correct move like that, you go from 0.3 to 0.2 instead of going to 0.1. So it's actually a better move. So I moved this knight out, and Stockfish is saying I would do a slightly better if I move that out. But I did that, so we'll do that, and I'll continue. So he's got the pin, and no game found. It's kind of weird that nobody has ever played this game. I guess I'm not in the Stockfish database because I see this game like a million times. It's like so common. I've seen this so many times, and usually I do that to prepare for the castle. If he takes, I take there with an attack on the queen. And now I bring the knight out. Stockfish is saying you should bring the queen back here, although usually in my experience they actually do bring the queen over to there. If they bring the queen back here, it's not much of a pin because I'm going to immediately castle anyway. And I castled. And I did this because I was thinking, okay, let's mix things up a little bit. I can come in here for the check and, the, the fork. They're saying I should have immediately done this. I did that just a little bit later. And that was my blunder. Can you believe that? Wow. Went all the way down to 0-0 when they're saying I should have done. I'm going to go back and do what it's saying I should have done so we can learn something. Oh, well, that's not too bad. It's not like that I see like a real winning move, but it did push me. It just did boost me up to 1.2. It was at 2.2, and then that was a good move and pushed me to 1.2. That was weird. Yeah, I was at point 2 plus 2, and then I do that, and that's supposedly the best move, and it drops me. Well, that was weird. So StineItch is kind of strange sometimes. It says, okay, you're ahead 2.2, you take the best move, and then you're at 1.2. Okay, so then take and take with an attack on the queen. Queen comes over. This is a basic thing in the beginning of the game. You just double the person's pawns, and in the end game, that's going to help you a lot because do you see how the doubled pawns cannot defend each other? You just see from experience, it's really true. Double pawns are weaker because you see how they're stacked up, and this one cannot defend that one. If they're side by side, at least one can defend the other. Now, they can't defend each other, obviously, because one's always going to be behind and one's going to be in front. But if you got at least the choice about one defending another, it's better than not having a choice. Like these can never defend each other, so they're not as good. And I'm just playing through the game how, and then that was weird. What did we do? Oh, because I was playing a weird continuation that didn't happen, I guess. Yeah. Okay, well, that was fun. I don't want to beat that postmortem to death though. I already kicked that dog enough. I think let's go ahead and play another game, shall we? Oh, wait a second. I hear a doorbell. Wait, it's the pizza delivery guy. This is going to be good. I'll bring the microphone so you can listen to my interaction with him. It's pretty. They're always very surprised when I give them a big tip. Hold on just a second. Let me put it on. Be right back. I'm gonna go to the door. They're ringing about the. Whoa, pizza delivery guy. How you doing tonight? Hey, how much was it? 37.28. Oh, that's a great price. Delivery fee is 5. Okay, so here's 100. Will that cover it? And you can keep your tip on there too. Don't worry about plenty for that week. You deliver some more pizza. I gotta get back to my viewers. Well, I don't know. You probably couldn't have heard any of that because I went out of the room. But anyway, I got a pizza and now I'm all fortified with food, so we can have a long night of it. Um, I guess we were going to play another game, right? We beat that dog to death, as they say. Not that, it's kind of like movies. I have to give that disclaimer that no animals were actually hurt in this session of Lee Chess. So, create a game. Let's do it. Yeah, see what happens. We got the brainwaves, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. The gamma has been pretty hot tonight. Up a little bit higher than normal, which normally means I have some good chances for insights. Let's see if we get some good insights this game. Oh, well, that was fast. He really came out there like it's really just coming out and sacrificing things like crazy. I can't attack his queen because I'll lose this pawn. See, I can't bring my knight out because he'll move this pawn up. But now I could bring the knight out. But maybe why don't I just pin this knight over here and maybe relax some of the tensions here. And I could bring the pawn up now. Or I could just castle. I mean, I am a pawn ahead, so. This is weird. I think I'm going to bring this pawn up. I know this is weird, looks weird. But what I want to do is break this diagonal on the queen and also bring my queen up into here. Cool. I can do all of that stuff still, and I was just checking before I moved there that this bishop was not in danger. I'm going to bring the bishop back because I can see what's happening down here. I have a lot of pressure on this knight. But next I can bring this queen out. He'll just slide his king over. I can bring this pawn up. I mean, I have some fluidity in this position. I can also take this. I'm just going to do that. I know it kind of like screws up my pawn position a little bit, but not too much. This will give me a little bit more freedom because it was blocking my bishop, so I'll get that knight out of there. It was blocking my bishop and my queen. You know, my queen can come out and take this pawn now. No, but then I lose my queen. See, he takes me there, check, and then there. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. I guess I'm going to develop this bishop behind this pawn. I don't know what else to do. I'm just kind of guessing here. I don't think that's a big problem. He just took my knight, but I don't see that I really needed that knight too bad. And that pawn is still a weakness for him. Okay, that was interesting. So I guess I don't have any choice. Now I got to bring this here before I waste more time. That might open up a line on his king. Now I'm in danger of checkmate here, and I think this is my only move. Right there. And I can bring this bishop back and this pawn up if I need to. I think I'll already bring the bishop back because it's going to be needed to protect this pawn over here. My only chance now is to get an attack on his king somehow, which is going to be hard. Because if I bring a rook over to here, this bishop is still attacking that pawn. Would like to just get his queen out of there. I'm going to do this and then bring this bishop up. And just because this bishop is not doing anything for me, and I'm going to already attack that queen. He doesn't have time to take the pawn right now, and this bishop, was not doing anything good for me, so that that move is just like kind of like an interim move. I got so much pressure over here, I'm just going to trade off the queen. And now he can win a pawn. I think my best move now, I mean, if he takes me here, I could take there though, right? I think I should just... I know this looks weird, but maybe that pawn's okay right there. I'm going to take a chance. It's hard to analyze that. Like, how's he going to attack me down here in the corner with my bishop there? I don't know. Might have a good defensive position over there with that pawn there blocking his bishop. The pawn can't really advance. Then maybe I can try something over here. We'll see. I might just take this pawn, by the way. I can't take the pawn. My bishop really can't go anywhere. I could come back here though. You know, when people do that, it's because they're a little bit. I'm not going to play his game. I'm going to play my game. He's trying to force me into certain decisions. And I'm just going to try to. I've got the advantage of the brainwaves. Let me just put it that way. Now, if I take him, he'll take me with the knight. But if I don't take him, he's going to double up more pressure with the rooks. Now he can come in here and check me. That will be pretty disastrous. I think I got to. As much as I don't like to do this, I got to come over with a rook. I got to come over with this rook because he was going to come up into this. And I can't go over with this rook because I lose that pawn. I'm going to move this pawn up like as soon as I can. And hope for the best here. Hope that I can weather the storm, as they say. I don't want to take him. I don't know. I think I can do this safely. I just did that because I want to bring my king up here. And how can he take this bishop? The bishop is protected by this. He would have to double his rooks, and that's going to take him a little bit of time. And before he does that, I can do something else. Takes a couple of moves to double rooks, right? Ah, speak of the devil. But that gives me a good chance. Oh no, but you see, he's going to come here. Crap. It's got to be an opportunity here, right? Can I put him in check and he takes me? No. I'm just going to do it because I don't know, because I can always bring my knight. I'm losing on time right now, actually. He can double that, and I'm just going to try to go fast here. What? Did I lose a piece? Yeah, I lost a piece. I'm going to resign. I wasn't calculating that well at all. Okay, instead of doing a postmortem here, we'll just move immediately into another game. Because it's the best way to get a fresh start. In chess, if you're looking for a fresh start, just like so many people are looking for in life or whatever, the very best way is always just start a new game. It's kind of like in video games, you see game over, game over. And in chess, you can start a new game. Now, I could come out here, but I think it's premature. He can just block with his knight. I gotta go kind of fast here. I don't want to waste my time too much. I think this knight's going to be kind of good for some reason. He didn't want me to come up there, but maybe I'll come up there. Maybe that's actually better. No, I don't want to trade my queen, do I? No. I'm going to bring my queen back here because it has more possibilities along this rank than along this diagonal. I can put him in check now. Win his rook. Look at that. That was pretty amazing. And then I could put him in check again. That was actually all right. And then can I escape? Yeah. Can escape with the knight. So I basically want a rook. He can do the same thing to me. He can take me right here. Wow. But see, my knight escaped. If he takes me here, my king slides over, and he'll have a little bit more trouble taking his knight out. I was able to extract my knight. Oh, it's my turn. I wasn't even paying attention. Um, I've seen this position before, to tell you the truth. I got to be careful here because I've seen this before. I'm going to protect the queen. I probably should have brought it back to the original position, but I always make the same mistake and try to keep the queen out. And maybe it's best, actually. I don't know. But I got to extract that knight, don't I? I mean, it just makes common sense. Extract the knight. Okay, I'm going to put the challenge to his knight now. Do a developing move and put the challenge to his knight. There he goes. He has an excellent move there, but suppose I do this. Oh wait, then he will check me here. I think this is the better move actually, because it protects his pawn. The king slides over to do a stellar job, a kingly job, attacking. He, he's defending that pawn. Okay, so he took me there. Now do I have to take him? Because if I take him, I lose my rook, right? No, don't lose my. Oh yeah, I do lose my rook, but okay, I'll lose my rook. He lost a piece too. He didn't take my rook. He could have taken my rook. Oh, because my queen was there. I thought he could take my rook, but he couldn't. Okay, I'm going to protect this pawn. I only got a minute and 47. He's really playing fast. I guess that's his game, right? He's playing so fast. I'm going to have to start playing fast too. Okay, I'm going to take with the rook and try to play faster. I'm a whole rook ahead at this point, by the way. Okay, that will put his queen in attack. Now he comes up there. I think my best move is here. I want to trade off, so it would be nice if I could just trade off in a nice way here. Okay, now I got to trade off the queens. Oh no. Did I lose my queen basically? Oh, can't say that word. Wow. I thought I was winning this game and I wasn't. I'm going to resign because I just. Wow. Did you see the brainwave activity though? That was just amazing how they all jumbled up right there. That was that was incredible. Wow, and they're still jumbled up. That was incredible. We got some good brainwave data on that. Oh, I thought I resigned. There. I'm gonna click that again. Well, you win some, you lose some. That's life. That's life. That's didn't Frank Sinatra sing that song? But that was good. That was an excellent game. I lost it, but my opponent played very well, so that made it a good game. And we'll try another one. This is fun. Like, you win some, you lose some, and even when you lose, you do win by learning stuff. Like you just learn basically not to do dumb stuff like you just did. I'm gonna take that. I've seen this position before. You take there and then you come out with this and you attack the queen. And now is this going to be checkmate? You always have to be careful it's not going to be checkmate. Yeah, see, if I take the queen, he checkmates me here, so I gotta be careful I don't get checkmated. Like, how can I defend against this? I got to block the bishop, right? I think that's the only way. So I saved myself from the checkmate. That was pretty good. And just develop a bishop, I guess. We can go. I'm gonna basically get my king out of the center by castling. Now this bishop is not really needed anymore, so I have to look at that. But before you react to that pin, it's best to just check if you have to do it. And I think in this case it's not a bad idea because I can get my queen out and over to here, for example. If I bring my queen out over to here, I attack two pawns at the same time. Like if he castles right now, and before you can conceive of that, you have to make sure this knight can't go anywhere, and it can't. It can't come to this pawn, and it can't come in here because of the bishop. So I'll be able to. I'm just going to completely start advancing on this side over here. Why not? And that was a good reason to bring this bishop back, because you bring the bishop back, you're fortified, and you can start some sort of a pawn advance on the queen side if he's going to castle over in that direction. If he brings this bishop back to here, I'm going to advance with this pawn. You'll have to react by moving a pawn up, and I'll just keep going. And then I have like a lot of flexibility options. I can move this knight out and trade the bishops if I want to. So a lot of different possibilities. If he brings this pawn up, I probably won't attack his bishop again. It'll lock up the pawn positions. Probably the best thing to do would be to bring this pawn up. And it kind of locks up too because he can move that pawn up. If he moves that pawn up and then I bring this over, trade there, trade there. Yeah, I don't want to bring this pawn up because then it blocks the queen from coming over here. How's the queen going to reach over for an attack on this side? So I don't want to bring this pawn up. I have to commit some of this to memory. Maybe this is the best move. And then his bishop goes way back in the corner. Yeah, and then I can continue the advance because with this pawn up and that bishop back, and I got this on the diagonal, I can move this. Okay, I'll do that. So I'm planning ahead here just for the clock. He's thinking a lot, but this is what you got to do. You got to imagine a few things while your opponent is. Maybe he's answering his doorbell or something. He's got a pizza delivery like I just got a few minutes ago. Nowadays, it seems like people's modems are a lot better than they used to be. It used to be people would just go down, like, oh, your opponent's offline. And because they had some connectivity problem. But nowadays, you hardly ever get that. That used to be a strategy, by the way. You would be like really far down in the game, and then, oh, your opponent's offline. And, you'd get a little boost on your rating because your opponent went offline. They still do that. They just quit. But at that time, you really didn't know if they were just quitting or if their modem was bad. So I didn't give them any mercy because a lot of times they were just like quitting, like, oh, I'm in a bad position. I'll just like turn off my modem and that'll be it. And I would say, no, you're not going to get away with like that. I'm just going to sit here till the clock runs down. So I guess I showed them, huh? Wow, look at the delta. The delta was so high up. You know where I went way up? Because I was always conflicted when I would do that. And I always thought, is this even fair? But now that I was analyzing it, I suddenly saw, yeah, that's fair. Like, how do I know that guy's not just, like in this case too, like, is this person getting a pizza? It's a wife married to a husband, and the husband is telling her she's been playing a lot too much chess lately, and then maybe his her husband just came into the room, and she's been just like sitting there pretending that she's not playing chess. There you go. 0-0. Okay, so we finished that game. Let's just do the analysis board to see if. Okay, I'm going to request a computer analysis. I want to see how we were doing up to that point. Because sometimes you get really far ahead, and that's why your opponent quits, right? Like they just decide, well, I'm out of here, and then you don't even realize that that's why they left. In this case, no. It looks like the Lichess has given white an advantage right at the end there. Oh, look at that. The analysis shows an excellent opening because look how close that is. And then in the middle game, white got an advantage. I want to play this through on the post-mortem because we had an excellent opening. There were two blunders at the very end by me, these two peaks. But we can learn why I blundered, and we can also see that this part of the opening was basically perfect. That's not bad for black, giving white a small advantage like that all along the way. I wouldn't call that a bad opening. That was a very good, solid opening. So let's take a look at this opening and see how this goes. Okay, so here we go. King pawn opening. Carol can. If Carol can, you can. And there you go. See how that goes? It's a very good opening. Go ahead and take that pawn if you want to. The knight comes out. You bring this knight out. If he takes you, you take with this pawn, and you end up with a good position. And in that case, he didn't take me, so I took him. And then, like I said, I bring the knight up and then over to here. He doesn't have any strong attack about that. Bring the knight up there. It's still very good, very safe. See now, you can't. Let's go back to that. A lot of people they just boom take the queen, but it's like a beginner trick. If you take the queen, you're actually checkmated because at that point you take the queen, thinking, "Oh, I just want his queen," and then the bishop comes down here, and you're in check. Your king is in check. He's surrounded by pieces except for this one square, and he can't go there because the knight is there. So you have to find a way out, and I found the way out. I moved the pawn up. It blocks the line of the bishop, and now the queen's got to get out of there. And so far, everything's great. I would play this game. I would play the same game a million times. Gives white a very small advantage, but that's okay in this opening. And now it's 0-0, and I missed the right move. I was thinking about coming out there because you have this line across here, but I was thinking maybe it's premature. Remember, I was talking about this during the game. I said, well, it's better maybe to solidify here. And I brought the bishop back, and that was my first blunder. But it only put him up 1 point. That's almost a mistake more than a blunder because he went up a pawn, but just in position. And now it's saying I should just bring the knight out here. I was thinking about doing that, but then he trades and I trade. But actually, it was better, according to Leachess, to bring the knight out, because when I did this, suddenly White's got this 3.1 advantage. Oh, you didn't even see that? Wow. He could have. I didn't see that either. He could have taken that. Yeah, that was a bad move by me. That I really screwed up. I got to remember it when I'm in this position to, look at that pawn. That pawn's really weak if this pawn goes up, and then not only is it weak, but when he takes it, he puts my queen and my bishop in danger. So he doesn't have to worry about his bishop. He just takes it. You see, if I move up there, he just takes this, and then whatever I do, he can take this, put me in check, and then he has time to retrieve his bishop. So he wins. He wins really big like that. So we learned something, right? That was an interesting game. Very good opening up to that point. I blundered a few times. But then I ended up winning the game somehow. Like, the person just decided he had enough, I guess. I was advancing over here on the queen side, looking very menacing. Let me see if I have any challenges. If I have any challenges, I'll play them. Otherwise, we'll just throw ourselves out there to the mercy of the game board again. Here we go. Create a game. And we got the brainwaves. Delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma in real time. It's the only place on the internet that you have brainwaves in real time. So if you want to see them, come here. We're going to play, I guess, one more. Not going to play a lot more tonight because it's getting late. 10:30. We don't have any chat really. We had a little chat from Noob. That's one of my regulars that comes around, and it's really cool because he very often gives a lot of really, really good advice, like excellent insights. Wow. I've seen that a few times. They come out and do that. And then you see, don't just do stuff because you think that they're going to do something. Like I waited for the pawn to come out, right? Now the knight has different places it can go. That doesn't look so good. This is a possibility. Up there, it kind of doubles my pawns. I don't know. I kind of think that here looks like the best move. Okay, now we're into like new game territory here. I'm going to move this knight out because it can come up to here attacking the queen. But before I do that, this would be like a really good move, I think. I'm not in any immediate danger over here. I'm not going to have to castle, I don't think. So now I got to remove this knight, see? So I'm going to come up here. I want to remove that knight. Can the knight go anywhere? Not really. I'm going to bring the knight back because I'm going to have like a I'm going to bring the bishop back. Because if he makes the wrong move now, he's going to be in big trouble. Oh, and he didn't make the wrong move. I don't know what to say about this. Maybe just come out here. I don't know why I even brought that back. Oh, I brought it back because I wanted to bring my knight there, but now he brought his bishop there. And now if he takes my bishop, I can bring my knight there like I wanted. But if he interposes there, I can bring it back to where it was. So I just bring this back. This is weird. Weird game, right? Now he came up there. Wow. This is something else entirely. I gotta figure out something here. Suppose I take and take now. Doesn't help me. If I take there, no. Take there, no. I gotta move my queen out of there. If I move him up here, it could be okay. What can he attack with? But then he comes here and gives me a big check. I gotta go here. I think I'll go there because if I go all the way back, I have a lot. I got a lot less free movement. So I bring the queen there. Oh, I wasted a lot of time thinking, didn't I? Against a chess novice, according to his username, at least. Of course, he had that username for a long time, so now he's not maybe not so much of a novice anymore. See, I gotta protect this square. I don't see any way to do that except, and then he'll come in there. This is bad. Wow. Maybe just castle. I guess it's a good time to bolt. Although I could have went to the other side. But we'll see what happens. Okay, he came up there. Can he take anything there? Sometimes they come up there deep and you just have to see if he can take anything, and I really can't see where he can, so I'm just going to do this. I don't see where he's going to take anything there. Oh, now he's getting serious. Move that up there. I don't have a lot of choices, do I? I got to come back here. Wow, he's doing a lot of interesting moves. All I can see is, well, I don't want to come over there with that thing there. I'm gonna take him there first so I can get some more freedom here. That thing was just up there. I call it a thing, but it was a horse. They call those horses, right? Okay, so I don't know if I want a pawn there. We'll see what happens. I was kind of planning to do this anyway to put some more pressure on that pawn. Now I realize the pawn is attacked by the queen, but thinking about doing some stuff here. I'm going to move this thing up because I don't see where his knight can advance. It can go back. But then suppose I come up here, win a pawn. Would that be good? I'm just going to do it because I don't want to waste a lot of time on the clock. I got 44 seconds left. And now I'm just going to come back here and offer a queen trade. And now what? I'm going to threaten this pawn over here because I have some chances to infiltrate over here. Protect the pawn in the middle first. Don't know if he even sees what's happening over there, but I'm going to take this pawn. He can take my pawn, but his knight doesn't have a lot of places to go. I'm going to bring the knight, what do you call it, a rook down there, and then over here to this side. I kind of thought he would do that, but I have this move. He can put me in check now, but I think I can just slide my king over in either direction. I'll be okay. Trying to think where's the best way. Wow, this is getting tight now. What should I do? I don't know. I think I'm going to lose on time. This is kind of like BS because, in a sense, I think I'm kind of winning this game. But I only got 27 seconds left on the clock. I shouldn't say it's BS because if you get to a point like this, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for the big checkmate here. This pawn is protected by the rook. Now, if he moves his pawn up, I got a good check, and defense on that pawn, and I will bring my pawn up. And I don't think he can bring his pawn down. We'll see. 5 seconds left. This is going to be a tight game. Tight game. I'm going to put him in check. He's going to take my knight right now, I think. Have to be ready for that. I think he's going to take my knight. Okay, I put him in check. That would took me way too long. I got 2 checks. Ah, boy. I thought I put him in check. I thought I pre-moved. Oh, man. I don't know what happened there. I thought I pre-moved. Oh, well. I thought I pre-moved. I thought I went over to there, but I don't know if that would have saved me anyway. I was like, I had a completely won game, but let's just, oh, wait. Well, I did that. I don't want to go to the new game yet first. Let's go back, just do a quick post-mortem just to see how the Stockfish shows the graph. I lost that game on time. It was like too bad. It was like pretty good actually at the end there, and kind of sad really. Would have been an excellent game except for the time factor. And the brainwaves were really stellar. Was getting some excellent uplifting of the delta. Yeah, you see, look at black in that game. The black was like really good. Those of you who watch my channel before, you know I always do the analysis, oceans and land. This was all oceans. A little bit of land there in the middle with a little spike, but that was okay. Okay, I'm gonna throw myself. Let me see if I have any. No challenges. So no challenges. So I'm gonna throw myself out here, create a game. I had some challenges earlier, and I was not a good sport about it because they were challenging me about atomic chess and 3-move chess and just about every possibility under the sun. They tried to actually challenge me with a game that was so tricky, you couldn't move a piece in the initial position. Like you would just try to move a piece in the initial position and you could not. And so it's it's kind of, I don't know, some of these new chess games are a little bit bogus. I know some of them are pretty cool. Like I was watching, my son was here the other day. He was showing me this thing about a thing called duck chess that was actually very interesting, as they say, and it was extremely interesting. It was probably the most interesting thing I have seen for quite a while. But in the end, it was just duck chess, and I thought it was cool. But for me, it's like, okay, this original chess has existed for a long time. I guess I can just keep playing this for a little while at least. Now, here I have a possibility of like doing some sort of a interesting sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice one pawn here. I realize I'm going to lose a pawn. I could see that happening, but I'm going to bring the bishop out here and perhaps get a little bit of action against that queen or not. Can bring the rook up. And hopefully I'll be able to bring something against that queen before too long. Okay, now I gotta really think here. I think I gotta bring him back. If I bring him up somewhere else, it's just gonna give me more problems. I can bring him up here and then over to here and get the queen out of there. So what did he do there? He came up to attack my bishop. Can I attack his queen? Not too fast. Yeah, I can. I can attack his queen. I'm going to attack his queen. When they attack you, the first thing you got to do is look how to attack them. And in this case, I got an attack. An attack. He's going to have to move his queen back. I didn't even know that was going to rhyme, by the way. So, if I do this attack, I'll lose a piece because he attacks me. Huh. So at least this kind of covers me on this diagonal against my king, just positionally it looks like a good move. And now I'm going to bring my knight out because I can attack his queen here. I got to do something fast. Really, really fast. This is an interesting night, by the way, broadcasting, because I've been hoping to get some good. I was hoping to get like a little bit of excellent followers tonight, and nobody followed. I got to get followers. If unless I get 50 followers, I'm just not going to make it in terms of the um, algorithm. They say that, okay, so everything's protected here. The knight's protected, the pawn's protected. I wish I could win a piece now if I could. Let me see if there's something I can do. The knight. So much potential in this position, I feel. It's got to be something, something, something. Maybe the bishop out to here attacking his queen. Maybe this is better. Protecting that knight. If he takes my knight, now what's suppose I come up here? Is that a possibility or what? I don't know. I don't think so. If I would go over there, it just looks like a hanging knight over there. It's like gonna get in trouble. Here I centralize the knight and looks pretty strong there. Yeah, that's the whole thing about this whole centralization thing. But let's see, if I do this, if I do this, it's not bad. He can force me back with this pawn, but then I come back and he takes, and he still didn't win a pawn or anything. And I loosen up his pawn so much on that side. So it's not a bad move, I don't think. We'll see. I'm going to threaten this pawn next. My queen's not really developed. I'm going to bring my queen out to here. He can't attack it with this knight because I have this. I mean, this not a knight, it's a bishop. Okay, I'm going to come out here, like I said. Can't waste a lot of time here. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds against a minute and 51. I can't waste time on that. I got to just take him. I'm looking very intently right now. I'm just going to try this because I want to double my rooks. I can't double my rooks, but I could at least. Oh, wait, did I just screw up big time? Crap. It was incredibly bad. But I escaped the consequences because he didn't quite see all the possibilities. I really escaped. Oh, I just lost. That's such a obvious blunder. The two bishops like that. Ah, you see. And what can I do? Nothing. The only thing I can do is take this and come over here, and I lost a piece. He won those in very good style, so I'm just going to resign because it's the honorable thing to do. He just won those in extremely excellent style. Oh, and I knew, as soon as I moved that down there, I knew I had those bishops lined up for him to take. Okay, we'll do one more, and then I'm going to go to bed because I got to get a follower. I don't know if I told you guys before, but ChatGPT took my normal job, and this is like my last night, my very last night in an attempt to broadcast. If this doesn't work, I don't know. I'm going to just start to look for a painting job or something. Oh, man. Because I was hoping, I would get monetized. It's not that people don't like chess. People like chess. I don't know. It's just like I play chess and it's not as interesting as other people, I guess, because I don't get enough. Just don't get followers. I give it everything I got. Okay, I'm gonna do a. This is cool. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna give King's Gambit, and I guess instead of a gambit, I actually got a little bit better than a gambit. I think I won a pawn, maybe. He's missing 3 and I'm missing 2. So that's a pretty cool King's Gambit when you can actually. Oh, that was cool. Now I can castle. And he's going to bring his bishop out, right? And then I'll bring my rook over. Okay, I'm going to block his bishop and then put him in check with my rook. And see if maybe something happens. Yeah, he brought his rook over. Okay, before I break the pin on that, I gotta play more aggressively. In the last few games, I've been playing very mediocre. I gotta play sharper. That looks like a sharper move. This looks like a sharp move too because it puts more pressure on the queen. And now that pawn protecting the knight is very well. Oh, I could have won the. Well, no, not really. I guess maybe I was in check or something. I don't know. I was gonna say I could have won a queen. Now what should I do? Just pin the queen, maybe? Pin the knight. Keep playing sharp, right? Do some pins. Now to release that pin, he's gonna have to really relax that pawn position. And then I can slide the rook back over, should I? Yeah. The rook is not doing good on this file. I think the knight is going to be sitting there for a while. And then the queen comes up to attack the rook and to defend this pawn. I don't know if that was the right move or not, but it looked like it might be. And now I'm going to bring up some more on this pawn. Bring up a little bit more pressure on that pawn. He has other ideas. He's going to attack this pawn. Maybe I can just let him take the pawn, maybe? This is a key move. I think I'm just going to let him take the pawn. What else? There, he protected. Mm-hmm. Now maybe move the knight out. I don't know. See what happens. His knight can attack me over here. Oh, that's cool. I can remove one of the defenders from the pawn. Except now he attacks me there. So I'll attack that pawn over there. I'll attack that pawn down there. And then I can remove the defender from the bishop by moving this pawn up because this knight is also protected by the bishop. So, and this bishop can't be displaced because this pawn can't displace it fast enough. So now I can attack the queen, right? And also take the bishop later. This might be the first good game I had tonight. I don't want to call it a good game, but a winning game. That's kind of cool. Like a winning game could be a good game, especially if you have brainwaves, good brainwaves, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. It's the only ones. It's the only ones you're going to find on the internet. On Twitch or YouTube or anywhere else, you just don't find brainwaves. It's the only place to get them is right here on StineItch. The StineItch channel. Maybe the lost broadcast because of reasons as explained, but we'll see. Never know. You can't give up. Like they say, it's not over until the fat lady sings. That's what they used to say. Oh, I got a resignation. So that was all right. So I guess that's it. I'm out of here. I didn't get any followers, but if you guys are watching this, if you gals are watching this, if you in betweens and whatevers and buys and all the people that are not gals or guys are watching this, give me the follow, okay? You don't have to be watching my channel to follow me, right? I don't think you have to be. Or if you have to be watching my channel to follow me, come back next time and just click on there. It's the most welcome sound is the following sound. So it was a lot of fun. We had like a lot of great brain waves. We had the delta, alpha, theta, beta, gamma, everything in real time. It was really wonderful. The gel was working excellent. I invented a new way to create a good gel that gives a nice electrical contact between the this is the Muse 2 headband and the skull. So you need a good contact there to pick up those signals. It's a very primitive thing. I understand brainwaves. It's like the best thing we have in this moment, except for an MRI. It would be really cool if I could just put myself into an MRI and start to do these chess broadcasts, but nobody's really doing that at this point. But they are doing the EEG. Well, I shouldn't say they are doing the EEG. I'm the only person doing the EEG, and it's possible and it's fun. So stop back another time, and we will do some more chess with EGG brainwaves. So without any more ado, let's call it a night, and we'll say, what do they say? Adios, au revoir, au revoir, aus Wiedersehen. Okay, that's the three languages. Good night. See you. Bye bye. Have a good one.